Hello, and welcome to my predictions video for WWE Payback 2023. I'm going to talk about what I expect from the show, who I think is going to win each match, etc, etc. And then we'll be back to discuss the show and have a review and see how I did on my predictions, hopefully tomorrow. So make sure you subscribe and don't miss that. So let's just jump right into it. Quite a short match card. Reminds me very much of an old black and gold era NXT takeover in the sort of the fewer matches, but with each match having a bit more focus and probably a bit of time to breathe. Yeah, looking forward to it. I like this format instead of trying to squeeze like 8, 9, 10 matches into a 3 or 4 hour show. So I'm just going to run down the order that it's on Wikipedia, because Wikipedia lists the World Heavyweight Championship match last, and I think that is quite likely to main event, so we're going to go with it. The first match listed on Wikipedia is the Steel Cage match between Becky Lynch and Trish Stratus. I'm hoping this is a Steel Cage match used as its original purpose, as like a feud ender. It very much feels, with this feud having gone on for a few months and being a bit of a slow burn, that this might be the culmination of the feud. And for that reason, I think it's a reasonably obvious pick to choose Becky Lynch to win. If Trish wins, it just means they're extending the feud, and I really don't think there's much need for that. I would like to see Becky Lynch go maybe into the Women's World title picture. She's been absent from that for a little while now. And Trish might not be sticking around much longer. Trish stuck around longer than we all thought she would when she first did her little return. We all thought it was like a bit of a nostalgia pop, maybe a match or two and then gone. But then she turned heel and has ended up doing a whole thing. But maybe Trish has a little bit of business to finish with Zoe Stark before she goes. But I think this is the end of this feud, and I'm picking Becky Lynch. Next, we've got the Steel City Street Fight for the Undisputed WWE Tag Team Championships, currently held, or championship, as it is a singular championship with more than one belt. It's currently held by Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. They've been challenged by Finn Balor and Damian Priest of the Judgment Day. Now, there's a couple of considerations here. First of all, there's the Judgment Day story where they've been having some issues, which makes me lean towards Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens. But there's also the temptation to be able to have all of Judgment Day hold a title belt up, with Dominic Mysterio, I think, still being North American champion at time of recording this. Not been keeping up great with NXT, but I'm pretty sure he's still the NXT North American champion. Rhea Ripley going into the show, still the Women's World champion. More on that much later in this video. And then the potential for Judgment Day to have the tag titles and Damian Priest to have the Money in the Bank briefcase as well. Like, it could be quite the image, couldn't it, to have them holding, I was going to say 4 belts, but it's not, is it? It's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 belts and a briefcase. That's quite the power stable. I know we've just recently had this with the Bloodline, but I really don't know where they're going to go with this. Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens have kind of floundered a little bit, not really been featured all that much since the big feud with the Bloodline kind of ended at WrestleMania. I know it carried on a little bit, but realistically, the big interesting bit of the feud ended at WrestleMania when they won the tag titles. It was a really good moment, but they've just not really moved on to anything great, have they, since then? And I love both guys, just the booking hasn't been amazing. Oh, this is a tricky one. I'm gonna go with Owens and Zayn to retain. I feel like something's gonna mess up for the Judgment Day. Finn Balor and Damian Priest have been the main two that have been having issues with each other. So yeah, let's go with Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, but I'm not confident in that one. A little bit more confident in the third match. It's Rhea Ripley defending the Women's World Championship against Raquel Rodriguez. I think Rhea Ripley retains here. The only caveat to this is there's been a lot of talk, I've heard, a lot of rumours, rumour and innuendo, if you will, of Rhea Ripley having like a recurring nagging bit of an injury. So I could see them maybe taking the title off her if she needs a bit of time off to heal it, or maybe get surgery to stop it reoccurring, or something like that. But I think the money here is Rhea Ripley and Becky Lynch, right? like for the world title. So I'm gonna pick Rhea Ripley to retain, assuming an injury doesn't force a title change. I think I'm picking Rhea Ripley here with some degree of confidence. But if it weren't for the fact that she's barely been defending, and then these rumors of like a potential nagging injury, that's the only thing putting doubt in my mind. If Rhea Ripley was definitely 100% healthy, there'd be no doubt in my mind she's retaining her. So I'm gonna pick her all the same. Next, we have Rey Mysterio defending his newly won United States Championship against former champion Austin Theory. I think Rey Mysterio wins here. Austin Theory did nothing for the US title, and the US title did nothing for Austin Theory. This is just a obligatory rematch. Gives the US title a I was going to say pay-per-view feud, but PLE feud. Yeah, I think Rey Mysterio retains here. The way I see this going, honestly, is potentially Santos Escobar turning on Rey and them feuding for the US title at some point. Might not be immediate, but I see Rey holding on to the title until that happens, to be perfectly honest. Because it was supposed to be Santos Escobar's shot, wasn't it? So I feel like that's going to be the motivation. I don't think he turns on him here and costs him the title. I feel like they should feud over the title, personally. Next, LA Knight versus The Miz in just a pure and simple grudge match, same as Trish and Becky. No title on the line, just pride. These two have been exchanging barbs. They're both great talkers. They're both probably very underrated workers by a lot of wrestling fans, I would say. I think this match could be really, really good, really fun. I know on SmackDown last night, LA Knight offered to help Maurice out with an issue if she felt a bit empty when he sent Miz home all broken and battered. It was quite the promo. So it's got a little bit of stank on it now, this one. A little bit personal in the feud. I think LA Knight's going to win. The Miz can lose, and it's demonstrated over years he can lose and lose and lose, and not lose any real, like, just immediately bounce back whenever they need him to move up the card a bit. Even as far as becoming WWE champion again briefly, a couple of years ago. So, yeah, I think LA Knight to win here. LA Knight is very much on the rise. Don't cut out the legs from under him. There's a chance to give Miz a dirty win here and carry this feud on. I'd like to see this just be a one and done. WWE has too much of a habit, I think, of insisting that feuds go for multiple months. I think this can just be a one and done, and LA Knight moves on to something else. I think that would be absolutely fine. And finally, the main event. A singles match for the World Heavyweight Championship. Seth freaking Rollins, apparently we have to call him that now, defending against Shinsuke Nakamura, a new, sadistic, vindictive, Japanese-speaking Shinsuke Nakamura, who's been targeting Seth Rollins' back, I believe. And I think there's rumours of Seth Rollins actually having a bit of a nagging injury. I'm going to pull out a bold prediction here. Let's go with Shinsuke to win. I don't think he's going to. But if Seth Rollins really is carrying some sort of injury and wants to get it sorted before it gets too bad, especially if it's in the back, like, you don't want to mess about with a back injury. Like, anything in your spinal column, you want to get sorted. So, yeah, I'm going to go with Shinsuke to win and Seth Rollins to take a bit of time off. Let's do that. There was talk of maybe Shinsuke, I can't remember where I heard this, but someone had a theory that Shinsuke could, like, squash Seth due to the back injury, like, just go super aggressive and just squash him and let him have time off, and then he comes back to, you know, fully healthy to reclaim what's his. In which case, I would probably put either the steel cage match or even the tag title match as the main event. Judgment Day, or even Rhea and Raquel. Judgment Day are on the poster, so they could easily main event. Trish and Becky, they're two massive names in wrestling history, and it's a steel cage match that could main event, and you'd expect a clean finish then. I don't know. I think Rollins Nakamura will main event, but if they've got plans to do like quite an underwhelming match with the return being something more spectacular down the line, maybe Seth really can't put on much of a show at the moment. I don't know what his condition is. Then it could go on earlier. But I'm predicting Shinsuke to win. Probably going to be wrong. There's a couple that I'm thinking I may have gone the wrong way on this, but we'll see. So, just rundown of who I think is going to win. I'm going to go Becky Lynch to win the cage match, Owens and Zayn to retain the tag titles, Rhea Ripley to retain the women's world title, Rey Mysterio to retain the United States title, LA Knight to win his match with The Miz, and Shinsuke Nakamura to win the World Heavyweight Championship. Let me know in the comments what you agree with and what you disagree with, and why, you know, reason it out if you so wish. Like, let me know why I'm wrong, or why you think what I said makes sense. And don't forget to subscribe so that you see my review tomorrow, hopefully tomorrow. And share with your friends so they can get involved in the conversation as well. And leave a like. It'd be greatly appreciated. Really helps me out. But for now, all I have left to say is thank you very much for watching. As always, I've been EBEZA. You've been amazing. And I'll see you next time.